Long ago, in the land of Israel, there was a young boy named David. David was the youngest of 8 brothers, and while his older brothers were busy being soldiers in King Saul's army, David spent his days taking care of his family's sheep. He led them to green grass and clean water, and kept them safe from wild animals. David was kind, brave, and trusted God with all his heart. One day, David's father called him from the fields and said, "David, I want you to take this food to your brothers, who are fighting in the army." David was happy to help, so he packed up bread and cheese and hurried to the camp where King Saul's soldiers were gathered. When David arrived, he heard whispers and worried voices. Everyone was talking about a giant named Goliath. Goliath was a warrior from the Philistine army, and he was huge, much taller and stronger than any other man. He wore heavy armor and carried a giant sword and a massive spear. Every morning, Goliath came out to shout at the Israelites. "Who will fight me?" he roared. "If you defeat me, our army will leave. But if I win, you must serve us." The Israelites were afraid. No one wanted to fight the mighty giant. David listened and saw that the soldiers were scared. But David was not afraid. He knew that God was with him. David went to King Saul and said, "Don't worry, I will fight Goliath." King Saul was surprised. "But you are only a boy, and Goliath is a great warrior." David replied, "When wild animals tried to hurt my sheep, I fought them off. God helped me then, and God will help me now." King Saul saw David's courage and agreed to let him try. The king gave David his own armor to wear, but it was much too big and heavy. David took off the armor and chose instead to use his sling, a simple tool he used to protect his sheep. He picked 5 smooth stones from a stream and put them in his pouch. With his sling in hand, David walked out to face Goliath. Goliath laughed when he saw David. "You are just a boy. Do you think you can fight me?" But David stood firm. He called out, "You come with sword and spear, but I come with the help of God." Today, everyone will see that God is powerful and protects his people. David took a stone from his pouch, put it in his sling, and spun it around and around. He aimed carefully and let the stone fly. The stone zipped through the air and hit Goliath right on his forehead. The giant wobbled, then fell to the ground with a great crash. Everyone was shocked. The Philistine soldiers ran away, and the Israelites cheered. David had won, not because he was big or strong, but because he trusted in God. David's bravery showed everyone that even the smallest person can do great things with courage and faith. From that day on, David became a hero in Israel. He went on to do many more wonderful things, but the story of David and Goliath reminds us all that when we face big challenges, we don't have to be afraid. With trust, courage, and a little help from God, we can overcome anything. And so, David returned home, thankful and joyful, knowing that being brave doesn't mean being the biggest or the strongest. It means believing in yourself